just cover the field. So I think having a lot of speed, especially with Nakuba out there, is going to help us and just help us get a lot of wins.
Scheme-wise, I guess how similar is this to last year's system, and kind of what are some changes that have been implemented?
Yeah, it's similar in a lot of ways, but Wes has changed up a lot of things, and he's really throwing his own flavor into the playbook. He's doing a lot of new stuff with the D line and a lot of new stuff with the back seven. So he's definitely kept some of the stuff with Coach B, but he's also throwing his own stuff into the mix. So it's been good learning how he coaches and just the way he's developing us and all of those things.
What do you see happening without Skowski? Who's filling that vocal leadership and the kind of the organizer back there?
Yeah, I think all of us, all the linebackers are vocal leaders in a way, and we all are very hardworking. We lead by example. But Keith and Vontae, and really Trenton too, they're all stepping up into that leadership role, just as Skowski and Balin were last year. So I think we're all leading in our own way. We all just work hard, and we really, I can't think of the word, but we all, I don't know the word, but like we use each other to get better, basically. So, but we're all leading in our own ways, and like really Keith, Vontae, and Trenton have really stepped up.
When it comes to the games and pre-snap, is there one guy that needs to do that? I know you're all capable, but is there one guy that does that, or will be in charge of that?
I think it's mainly the mic, but I think having a defense where anyone could be in that position to like make a change or just make any adjustment, I think we'll be a very dominant defense with having that. So, it's usually the mic, but I think we're all growing into that role where we can all really make those changes and adjustments.
And help each other, whoever's making the calls.
Yes, right? For sure.
And how much easier does it make your job and the guys on the second level of the defense with that defensive line?
Oh my gosh. What do they call them? The Avengers? Like, they make the job so much easier. Like, we could be beat or something and they'll just have a sack. So just having a D-line as dominant as those 8 or however many of these, it make our job so much easier. Blessed to have them in front of me, taking on those big linemen. So they're just a blessing to have, and I can't wait to see what they do this year.
Barrett, you mentioned kind of moving around a little bit. What's just the breakdown of your reps and where all you've been?
So I've been playing Sam, dime, and a little bit of inside. So I'm really just trying to learn as much as I can, just so whatever comes up with whoever we're playing, I can just be moved around to best fit who we're about to play. So I'm just glad that I'm being put in that position. But it's been fun just learning different things and stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit.
When you say inside, is that middle or wheel?
Wheel.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is there a place you feel most comfortable right now?
Most comfortable? I couldn't pinpoint just one position. I'm really still trying to figure that out myself, where I see myself just in the future. But it's been fun just learning a bunch of new things and playing the inside, playing Sam, playing dime. So I'm just glad that I'm being moved around and just learning these new positions.
Do you like that? Do you kind of feel like they're kind of using the way that they used Isaiah a little bit?
Oh yeah, I love it. I think it's going to help me definitely in the future and just show whoever's watching that I can play multiple positions and just be moved around. I think it shows that I have good football IQ. I've been studying the playbook, which I have. So I can toot my own horn a little bit. But just that I'm learning a lot and I'm being coached and developed, so I think that's a good sign.
How much has this spring helped you from a developmental standpoint?
A lot. Since I came in the summer last year, me missing this part of last season was huge once we started all the workouts. So, actually coming this spring, just lifting every day, watching film, practicing against the best offense and with the best defense in the country, it's been great. So it just helped me develop into a great man and a great football player.
So do you like to get after the quarterback too, though? Obviously they want to use your coverage skills, but do they have a package where you put your hand in the dirt maybe and surprise people?
Not yet, but I do. I love to blitz. I got to work on a lot of pass rush for sure, but I think I do love to blitz, and I definitely have to improve in that. But it's been fun. I've been doing that all my life, so I just need to improve so I can really master it. But, yeah.
Trenton's really good at that.
Oh yeah.
What can you learn from him?
Yeah, so Trent, he's really good with his hands. He knows a lot of pass rush moves, so I try to take a lot from his game and just how explosive he plays and just try to add that into my game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to ask. How do you improve it? So.
We've heard so much about the speed of the linebackers. Who's the fastest linebacker on this team right now?
If you ask anyone else, they're gonna say them, but the real answer is me. That's my genuine answer is me. If you ask Trent, he's gonna say himself. So I think we'll have to get a race going this summer and really see who's the fastest. But
Is this race going to be documented?
I think we might have to.
Okay.
I think so.
You can't do the talk without backing it up.
Yeah. We'll get some video proof. Definitely.
But now we know that the fastest sometimes doesn't mean the inline speed. That out here it's in space.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you in space have that quick twitch that's kind of sets you apart?
Yeah, definitely. Like you can have all the off speed or not non-football speed in the world, but if it doesn't translate to the game, then it really doesn't matter. So just having that football speed where you can be twitchy and explosive can help you really step up your game to the next level and just help you play a lot of different positions and just nothing that the offense do will really confuse you in a way since you can just react to and just make the play.
People are used to Clemson's linebackers being a certain way, Jamie and Ben. Is this going to be a little different linebacking core that people maybe not used to, especially with the speed?
I think maybe a little bit. They were Jamie, Balin. They were such good linebackers. They were so physical. They played very fast. So I think if we take some of that and add, I'm not calling them slow, but add some more speed to it, I think we're going to take this defense to the next level.
And is that one of the things Wes is trying to do? Is and maybe simplify things to where you're not only thinking faster, but you're playing faster.
Yeah, I think that's something that he emphasized this offseason, like not as much thinking, it's really just playing free, just so we don't have to be hesitant, just play fast and just make the play. So he doesn't want us to think as much, just go.
Did you ever get to a point in the bowl game where you were like, man, I don't even really notice the difference with Wes over there from Coach V?
I think so. I feel like there was no drop off from Vita West, and that's such a good sign. There's so much uncertainty going around, not here, but just like how fans get when you have a new coach. So, but just that there was no drop off from Coach Vita West. So I'm glad that he stepped into the role and he didn't hesitate. He said like no whiskey, no biscuit, whatever he said. So that's good to hear. I think he coached a great first game.
We know that Coach V didn't mind getting into a drill with somebody, running drills. What is Wes's what's he like? What would you say is one thing that kind of sets him apart in linebacker coaching?
I think his brain is really. I don't know if Wes will step into his real. I don't think he won't. But I think his brain's really set him apart. He knows he's so situationally smart. He knows the perfect calls for each situation. So he's very good at that, and he's really teaching me a lot. I'm learning from him. He's really developing me into a great player to take my game to the next level.
So basically, he just sees things that the normal person doesn't see.
Definitely.
No Jimmy Green Beans for him?
No Jimmy.
You're not out there calling it?
Hey, no Jimmy Green Beans for Wes.
Scout team quarterbacks are happy now, then, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How much more improved is the offensive line, would you say, compared to last year? You notice more physicality, anything different this year than maybe last year?
I think our O-line has always been physical. I wouldn't say one O-line was more physical than the other, but I think this O-line has really stepped up. Like a lot of young guys have stepped up, but I don't think there's been a less physical O-line or a more physical. They've all just been the physical Clemson O-line that we know them as. So I think they've done a great job. Because we throw a lot of different things at them, so they pick them up very well. So I think they've done a great job being physical, being smart, using great technique, and all of those things to just be a great O-line.
How's Will adjusted to that, Putnam being his first time playing center?
I think he's done good. I'm not directly watching Will, but I always see DJ catching the ball clean. So I think that's definitely a good sign. We have a new center, so I think he's done a great job stepping in that center. So I'm just glad to see him going into a new role.
So y'all doing good on good. You're not confusing him as much.
I don't think so. I mean, he's as long as DJ's catching the ball. Yeah. So,
You're just trying to go get DJ.
Yeah. Stop him throwing the ball. Stop him throwing those dots.
How about what you see from those guys, the quarterbacks?
They've been very good. DJ's been great. K's been great. Billy Wiles, Hunter Helms, they've all shined in their own way. I can say endless good things about each of them, but DJ is so good at looking people off, and he always knows who's blitzing and where they're coming from. So when you have a quarterback with that such IQ, and he cares so much too, and I can say that about all the quarterbacks, but especially DJ, he cares so much, and it's been good to see him really step up this year and just become more of a leader and just really grow this offseason.
What's different with him? Is something different?
Obviously his body. DJ looks very good. Not saying he didn't look good last year, but you can tell that he lost a lot of weight, and I think that's going to help him. But he's been very good. He's been very accurate with his throws, make the right reads, the smart reads, and he's just been a leader, and that's what we need him to be.
I think having a guy behind him like Cade has kind of motivated him too.
I mean, yeah. I think just not just Kay, but Billy and Hunter too, because they're all competitors, and so just having those guys behind him, I think that pushes DJ every day to be the best version of himself, and not just as a football player, but just in all areas of life. So I think he's done a great job this offseason, just carrying himself in a great, respectful way. Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you.